สวัสดีครับผม Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and this is Phoenix Wright A30. So we're back for more of this and let's get on to the trial. So we'll get through first tradition as well. So we're back on the trial case actually and we're gonna see how it goes. We can save my arm, like hopefully. So let's get going then. Okay. March 22nd, 2:40 p.m. This is code lobby number 3. Dude, I can't believe that Andrea. No way. Not cool and collect Andrea Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been really easy for her to pull this off. The only thing person would have easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So, after the ceremony during the break, I was sleeping like a hawk the entire time, dude. See, she could have also easily planned the blood cover button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, you saying it really was her? Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered John Calendar. But why, dude? I thought she was bad with June. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial is over. I'll be alright. I get your choir by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer, dude. Phoenix, you think her motive is linked to Celeste's past missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depends on missing past as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impasse suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it. Is June Calendar the victim of this murder? And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Calendar. Or to get the suicide note back. That sounds possible. But one thing's bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Let us state Miss Andrews' dependency issue with regards to Miss Impasse. It was Edward. Oh. Oh shit. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Okay. Okay, courtroom number 3. What we now encounter now that Miss Ashford, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness, supported by the court. Miss Andrea Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. June Calendar's room. What is your application? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Pinker. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yeah, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. I would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, there was a topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you meant. I never even heard of gossip that. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he's doing all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Calendar. I was also aware of the rivalry that exists between them. But this was a private matter between June and myself. So it was a fry and bait matters. Or was that bait and fries? Remind me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is there's someone who begged to do that. Oh, she means me. I think we all understand your relationship with the victims now, Miss Andrews. Really well then, witness. Please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. It was time for the show to start. So I get mad from this room. After that, I went to June's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Why you pour juice? You pour yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly, I didn't remember the night to test things at the scene of the crime. I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She's one cool and collect customers. She has a brain to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you had to avoid head-on confrontation. Avoid head-on. You should disrupt her pace. Oh. Disrupt her pacing? She's a type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expected. The instant you let up on your offense is that instant you destroy over. Understand? Okay. Why you pour water? I don't get it. You say first in case. Hold it! Time for the show, okay? And what was Mr. Ingram doing at the time? He was taking a nap. It was one of his many performances as a little samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Ingram did say he was taking a nap. I guess you could say he could not have been taken out of his room, right? Excuse me, Pete? What are you... Objection! Right? I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can make a sensible sentence with subject, then I make one for you. Watch. D2, Miss Andrew removed Mr. Ingram's knife from his room. No. Subject, verb, object. Right? And you skip basic grammar. The witness may continue. Sorry, my cat just getting moved. Okay? Name out. I went to June's room. Okay, why you want to went there? And why did you do that? As a friendly gestures, June was making an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship. Vice versa. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you start to get close to him, right? So perhaps you have a more personal manner to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I don't have any such intention in mind at the time. I can't get him to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Because what do you see when you are cutting his room? Hold it! Hold it. You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrew is really calculated person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she has romantic feelings for Mr. Corona. Anyone randomly stumbled upon a dead body would be in shock. You can seriously expect that young beauty like her would not somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. So it's actually since exact photos. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife locks in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too. Yes, was open and empty, closed. And then what did you do next with this? I guess okay, why? What would you choose? Yes, there was a bottle of potato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? There was no lip mark left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrew, I would like to confer with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of the veranda, you were in great shock. And that's when you pour yourself a glass of juice, correct? Hold on. Yeah! Oh God, see it. And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you today? Also dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What she started to say just now. Hold on. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that as you say, you make a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the water vase over. Oh, flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the photo crime? Crime photo, sorry. This mess of glass charge? It was originally on top of the dressers. But then I bumped into it with my elbow. It fell onto the guitar case. Why would you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume that Wright was just another part of the mess. It looks like another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you add to reveal your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was very big and heavy. I thought I would try to take June's pulse. So I said glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my hand accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any place contradiction in my testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on your offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to for my sake. Are you sure that you're not? Okay, then why the guitar was open at the time? Like why? Hold up. Objection. You testify that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I say? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that on top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrew, you testify that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case would have been getting wet from inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the case fell, the glass shade should be inside, not outside the case.
Objection!
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was not over. Is that all?
Objection!
No, think back to what Miss Andrew testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yeah, yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case.
Objection!
But it so matter with the guitar case at dead end. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no different meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more detail about the guitar case? I mean, yeah, sure. Let's do it then. The empty guitar case. I believe this was a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would wish for a straw like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrew, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. Guitar case, okay. I don't remember too clearly because I'm a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. You don't know? No. It looks like this really wasn't a really important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, and just go ahead and start a cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Great. Save for now. It's okay because of the days.
Hold it!
During your testify just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. It sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrew? Yes, it was me. Hold it! Then why are you doing that? So you open the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Mr. Coranda's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case.
Objection!
As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic.
Hold it!
I mean, was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
Objection!
How long you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. This trial would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. Okay, why? Was that because you were shocked in days and discovered the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let it out on her now. I wasn't planning on her letting out, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we have a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hidden somewhere in the corner, ready to be found. Save first. Okay, why was she open the case then? Wait, that's strange. If she opened the case, then why there's only these fingerprints there? It doesn't make any sense, but let me check others. It doesn't make any sense.
Objection!
Hold on. Objection. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. What is it, Miss Andrews? Uh-oh. You should assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing the glove at the time? What? Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was a Diamond Award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of clean gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. No, she's not. She's not wearing gloves. You're lying again. Let me see if we can take control. Oh, that's strange. You were wearing gloves? Is it a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that proves I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yeah, I have actually. Here. I have you proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass. You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. And if you took your gloves off and you pour yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? Then you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case. Ah! Oh, okay. Order! Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. Huh? What do you mean? I believe that guitar case play a really important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the private guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I mean, it was unnatural for someone to do that. So the weakness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that was all the case.
Objection!
Your Honor, it is obviously the defense usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lure us all into his misguidance.
Objection!
No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrew had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the vase was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
Objection!
If you are so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything to do with the murder. Let's say it first now. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar was not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that bright black guitar was... So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Dive flat head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Then let's have it then. What was inside the case at the time of murder? Hold on, now what's inside the case then? It's not Suicide Report, that's for sure. Not this one. Maybe this one. Maybe not. Oh, it could be inside there. It's not photos, it's not knife. It's not Gossip Land, right? It's not this one, not this one. Ah, okay, hold on. the photo then. But it's not there yet now. This one?
Take that!
And why would something like that be inside the guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Well, I just thought it might be possible. Oh God.
Objection!
Hold on. Is it gossip?
Take that!
I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void when your brain is supposed to be? Oh, come on, baby.
Objection!
What's inside there then? What did she find?
Take that!
Fuck. I'm stuck. Am I stuck, really? Hold on. I'm so sure. But it's not supposed to be there. Photos, no. Vine juice, no. What? Why is Nico Samurai? Why is Nico Samurai? I don't get it now. Okay.
Take that!
Why? I don't get it, this one. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what's in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture? It doesn't take a genius to see what I meant. What I'm proposing is inside the guitar case for the Nico Samurai, the hero with his own costume. What? 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 Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrew put it on to hide her identity so she wouldn't make her escape. After all, you wouldn't let anyone see you leave, won't you, Miss Andrew? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for the big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order! It looks like we wander into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, please. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside the costume. But why would the costume be inside the guitar case then? It doesn't make any sense.
Objection!
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai costume would have been Mr. Mac anyway. Why would something off a defendant would be the victim's room? Yeah, why? Inside the guitar case of all places. True. There's a little baffling. It's alright. I would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai doing inside the guitar case? It's not solidifying brand. I think it's a spare costume. Yeah, it's a spare costume. Mr. Ingram did not take his costume on during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes from Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I am saying. And how do you explain the costume was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought his spare to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Koranda, was a jamming ninja. Why would he significantly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What would be the reason behind such a clear act? And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection!
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victims had a Nickel Samurai spare costumes? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you can answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Let's say first. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... Phoenix, what are you doing? Okay, that's not right. This is what I think. Victor brought his costume spare. This one? What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once you are not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ingram himself said he had no idea he's supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Jun Kuranda himself. The victim? Yes. The spare Nico Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Correa was going to hold a press conference as the Nico Samurai. He was going to dress as a Nico Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intends to reveal at the conference. The Nico Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I wager he was going to reveal him something about himself. Which means that Jun Korendas, posing as the Nico Samurai, was going to speak about man in brain. Yes, I get that. That is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure. Miss Andrew, I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by June. Oh! Miss Andrew, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one who he asked to help set up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. Oh, shit! You! June has bet everything on the jamming ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure man was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looks like somehow June has in his head a secret so powerful that it would destroy my acting career, let it be revealed. What? And what do you know? What's the secret of Miss England is, Miss Andrew? That's something only June knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I have always been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. But that's the mistake. I've been trying to protect man, after all. Protect Mr. England. And yet again, another strange bit of truth came to light, it seems. Miss Andrew, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. But I think math, no. Well, the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that man was the murderer. Man has to kill June no matter what. Why? And he didn't have an alibi for what he walked away at the time. My thought was confirmed by the evidence, of course, the violence and the knife. But I'm the match mentioned, so I feel that I have to protect him. You need to protect him. That doesn't account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can't find no faults in this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything was swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weights into this and turn her logic upside down. Okay. Save first. When I saw this, would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need three things. Three things? The motive and opportunity to multiply and finally decisive evidence. And if you think these three things do, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. Oh, they didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue? Why interview? So So would you say this news came from the press conference? Yes. You know why June chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when it could cause the most damage to public love and interest. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrew? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference to prepare the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Grant himself doesn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that you didn't know about the press conference? God damn it. Anyway, an important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrew, please correct your testimony, if you please. That's an extra now, aren't they, Mr. What were his motive? Has Mr. England done something to hurt or betray your personally? What did he ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Grant with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. England, yet you still helped out.
Objection!
The person on trial right now is Mr. England, right? What the victim was thinking, helping the victim with his crime, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Okay. But, hey, long voice. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. England was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. England? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him from the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stay at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrew has said. I can say the same for some people here in this courtroom. However, the judge is glaring straight at me. He's paid you, smart guy. Oh. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could really well be a clever camouflage. Then what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victims and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer took the button from the jamming ninja school. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found at the feet of the masked Nakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it really decisive evidence. Looks like you're out fox again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of the knife. It can gracefully accept its feet. Uh-oh. Thank goodness Mia still look at me. With the icy stare, yes. Miss Andrew, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. And how do you know that? When the end of the thread whatever and the costume will match up. We will find to be fit together perfectly. So also I heard. I heard that one before too. But why would she knew about this case down to such a fine detail? So look at me like that, just because of the tan and you are not. And I thought I have her this time for sure. If there anything to trip her up, it has to be here. But when what? But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time.
Objection!
Who to say she really stabbed the guy in the back as she could? No, that's not what I meant. This witness would have disclosed things about Mr. Ingram at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a huge audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Coranda planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrew wanted to cause Mr. Ingram as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bear ill will towards the defendant.
Objection!
This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrew's testimony seemed pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounds little... What? Wishy-washy? Wishy-washy? Well, I wish we'd see if I press a little more. You should know this by now. But you need strong reasons to make a talk. Got it, Chief. I'm going to keep you down this time, Miss Andrew. That's the almost one. Does he have any alibis? The way was torn off. And how could you explain the photo then? Okay, let's try it. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right.
Objection!
Nope, okay. Okay, so here I know what his motive was, but
Hold it!
let me hear that again. Make sure you press next.
Objection!
I'm math major, so I have to write it. You have a right to protect him. No, you're not trying to protect him. Shit. What was tuna?
Hold it!
That's such a fine detail. I should know that.
Objection!
It's not this one, right? Nope, okay. Give me a moment. I don't want to look at the cheats just yet. Do we have any proof that he has alibi? He doesn't have, right? My brain about to explode. Jesus Christ. You're not trying to protect him.
Objection!
No. Oh, that's fine. Give me something. How did she know this shit? Okay, what's Maya say again? As I expected to really. What? Wishy-washy, yo. Wishy-washy. Well, guess we see by this a little more. You should know this by now, but you need to struggle so you're doing the talk. Shit, I can't find it this time. What the fuck? Give me something.
Objection!
Fuck. I will be here a long time for sure. Okay, hold on, let me check. I've got stuck again. Autopsy report. What? Really? Yeah, how did she know about it?
Objection!
Hold on. This is the victim's autopsy report. It's clearly stated that the cause of death was oh god, my mouth. Strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victims was done after the victims has already been dead. Oh, okay, so she thought that because of evidence that about the knife, but he didn't kill by a knife, he killed by strangulation, lady. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume. When? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order! What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was pulled off the body after the victim has already dead? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edward. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip these from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer has something in mind, wouldn't it? It's alright, does this mean? Does it mean you know the murderer wants to do with the button? What is it? Pin the crime. There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Ingram. There is no way anyone would put a bloody bottom in their own pants. That's right, Mr. Ingram was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Oh god. Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Felix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. It's all. It has to be her. There's no one else. Miss Andrea Andrews. I chose you. You are Mr. Coranda's killer. What? Order! Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me. I can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion on Mr. Ingram. Naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints would only be taken from his room. And the only one who has dinner with him knew which knife to take was you. Oh, then what? What about the bottom? What number 5? Matt Hakama. This button was removed from the victim's body after he was already dead. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ingram was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. The only person who would have put this button on Mr. Ingram's Hakama is the person who went to wake him up on his nap. It is you yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about empty guitar case? There is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer identity as they fled the crime scene. Now who would have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could have only been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Andrea Andrews. No, I...
Objection!
But Miss Andrew fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the target. And it was you who proved that she was not with us at the time. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would ask her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of committed to it is a different story. Miss Andrew personally left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic day's discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exit the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on earth can believe this Nico Samura is Mr. Grant. How he would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you are also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday's in Mr. Grant's room, Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. That's it. That's when Francesca planned this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrew to not testify if things look bad. You did a great job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there is still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done. What's wrong, right? I was finished already. Ran out of minutes. What is so humorous, Mr. Whitworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the truth lawyer here was putting up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrew did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Coranda. Miss Andrew, do you want to kill Mr. Coranda? She doesn't want to say anymore. I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain for answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as committing your guilt, do you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No! She's taking that defiance attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we land in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantial with solid definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do. And that is to declare recess. Another recess? Recess? I request that both the prosecution and defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow? we don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then
Hold it!
please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial, please continue the trial. What are you waiting for? The client's getting one more day to live, isn't it? That's not it. This is not about that. Edward, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya. But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Objection!
Oh! It's not impossible for this trial to continue. Miss Edward, what are you? It's true, Miss Andrew holds the right against herself incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to be called innocent. Oh, thank you. Yes, that is very true, but actually, there's one real thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrew, when you find a victim's dead body, you call yourself class of Jew. Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually, when one found a body, they are shaking up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I'm already... Before you speak, I want to state that you all have a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, Your Honor, I would like to request that witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find in this testimony would in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what this is about Edward today, but I can't get a good read of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. The court acknowledged the prosecution's request. Miss Andrew, if you please. When I found the body. That glass of juice, I didn't really put it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And soon, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, I thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. What? Hold on. What? So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your early testimony? I didn't think I need to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edward, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. When I found the body. Really, you didn't pour yourself. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? It's alright. There is a rhyme and reason for everything. If you wait just a little longer for it to be real to you. In other words, right? Be quiet, listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said better myself. So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because you're fighting Mr. Coranda?
Objection!
I understand your frustration at times being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crime, go find yourself some evidence. Yeah. And then, what did you see Slumming over on the
Hold it!
slumming over. Yes, he was just sitting in there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looks like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? When I saw him sitting like that, the thought of that he was.
Hold it!
Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed something up his ankle because he lost his records. And then felt tired after his records, so he decided to take a nap. Anyway, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all.
Hold it!
You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. But then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour a glass of juice. Yes, he always had a hard time again. And June always had a glass of fruit juice too. I see. After that, what happened next?
Hold it!
And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but I never gave him a response. So I set the glass down and twisted and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backwards. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. I was shocked and fell backwards. And knocked the flowers over. So that's what happened. Yes. This all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolute end for both sides. And Andrea is ready to guide down. Phoenix, now's our best chance to get to clear the prosecution's case. Is that a bit harsh, Miss Andrew? Will you tell us the truth this time? Slumming over, huh? What the photos say, huh? You should see the knife.
Objection!
Oh no, not this one. I'm an idiot again. Hold on. Going to run and saw it in a messy state. Something over the tire when I saw him sitting right there. The thought he was dead was impossible.
Hold it!
So then, what they say? She's saying slumming over. Odd? Hold on. What odd is that? Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold on.
Hold it!
Cross your mind. Okay, so it was this statement. Is some of it you think it seems odd? What's so odd about that? Okay, I'm an idiot this time. Okay, too. Uh, what's so wrong about that? Hold on. I don't get it. Oh, so I was right but wrong. Test statement. Okay, god damn it. Hold on. I thought it was this statement. What do you mean it didn't cross your mind? Mistake?
Objection!
Okay. So you honestly don't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking out of the Mr. Coranda's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just it was all one giant lie. And your lies have proven one thing really clearly, that you are the real killer. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ingram, is not guilty after all. That's impossible. You're wrong. Mr. Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear, he's the one who killed June. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Ingram innocent has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the killer confesses for her crime, her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ingram.
Objection!
Your Honor, the prosecution feels as it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. This weakness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you? Weakness? Don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planned this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your science, Matt Ingram will go free. And in this place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francesca von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember Phoenix? Miss Andrew lived by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrew is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ingram will be quiet. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging onto them. Then, what should we do? This is the first time I ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrew has to be killer, right? All we have to do now is to get our not guilty. That is my only priority. Sorry. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill June. Help, please. Someone help me. Is that right? Yes, Your Honor. The court can't continue like this, and therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think really careful about this. Think about what this did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Oh, gee. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There is no one else it could be except that woman crying over there, right? Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix, right? Up. Let's post it. I had to do it. Yeah, I had to post her, dude. I need to be the bigger man than that. I had to win a complete acquire today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you want to? You know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. Anglin would get acquired, but in this place, you won't be found guilty. Is this how you really want to destroy to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You tried to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense theory is truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, did you absolutely refuse to testify? It fell on my shoulder to disclose this report. Stop! Mr. Edgeworth? This witness? How should I put this? She has a illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Oh, to go for that? Stop! Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have evidence right here. That's the second part of suicide report. The attempt suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Andrews. The trigger her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please stop! I beg you! If people find out, I... If you're going to say you will choose death, there is no concern to me. Expert, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will put you the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the truth yourself or sound? Either is fine with me. I talk, please, but please, help me. Nothing matters anymore. My crime. Okay, there you go. When I first saw him, I really thought he has fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I make sure there was no one in the hallway, I make a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed June's dead body with a knife. And ripped off the button. He's already dead by then. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I have a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using Nico's samurai costume. Stabbing the body with a knife? But why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? Hold on, someone sends. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scum of a man. I never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. What? Last time? So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, June Coranda, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt Ingram for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. My crime. First sight, I really thought he was staying on. But you could tell from the state of the room was in. There must have been a fight. And you're telling the truth when you say that you didn't know he was dead? Yeah, it's scarf around his head. But that scar was a part of the Jamie Ninja costume, so I didn't think anything about it. It was strange. His head was also tilted down a little bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pull the juice. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murder was Matt. I knew because you was going to expose Matt's weak point to the world. So Matt needed to stop you and silence the truth. That's when I thought I should collect some evidence and keep this on file on Matt. So the forged pieces of of evidence for the knife and button. The first thing that came to mind was to find the knife. Wow. Once I make sure there was no one in the hallway, I make a dash back to Matt's room. Oh, hold on.
Hold it!
Hold it. That was so you could get a knife, correct? The knife man used at the dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. And I was napping with his costume on all the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene. I sat through dead body.
Hold it!
So you were the one to stab the victims with that knife? It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I didn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed through dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Grant's camera? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? I finished and went to the Matt's room.
Hold it!
There was inconvenient. And inconvenient. There was a woman with a camera and a radio lounging in the hall. Ah, Laura, I really to bet my spy if it was Laura. There was also a woman with a red car and a radio pacing back and forth. That Miss Ho bad for you. I've already been caught and made into a big scoop at certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't really well go out looking like myself and get caught again. That's why, okay.
Hold it!
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Purple Studio. I also put it into Julie's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, June wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose my big secret there. And what is the secret? That's, I don't know. Oh, you don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to lead June's room in a nickel samurai costume, then people would think that I was the real murderer. I was really careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ankran's room and planted the button. Into the man's akama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I stuck it out the hotel and get rid of it. My word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ingrid. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francesca, eh? She said that I should, under no circumstance, confess to what I have done. That if I kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. What? I have no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Oh, wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Objection!
God damn it. Right? Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to incite Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as a murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You could establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But, Mr. Edgeworth, please place Mr. Andrew under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Order is for today. happened? Oh God. Shit. Today's trial is over. And I didn't win any quarrel. Weakness. Would you mind if I ask you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. The middle room. Oh shit! I found this card when I discovered June's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose it must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to June's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Weakness? That card, give it to me. Hurry. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inconveniently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card, what's in the voicing? What does it mean? The end for now. Okay, so we're gonna end for now. We'll continue this tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an investigation day actually. So until then, I'll see you guys on next stream. And this is Tokyo Original and สวัสดีครับ Good night guys.